Hi, folks, and welcome to Plastic Models by a Regular Dude and my end of October, beginning of November update and preview. So, what we got going on here? So, for the month of October, I was able to finish a couple of kits. I finished the Hobby Boss 148 scale M4A3 76 wet. Got that one finished. This is the one that I have done a whitewash on for the very first time. First one I've used kind of exclusive and expanded or whatever you want to call hairspray technique for the whitewash, and for a purely experimental deal. I really like the way it turned out. There's always room for improvement and stuff, but I like where I'm headed with my weathering. So that one turned out pretty good. I also finished the Tamiya M4, one I've been wanting, the type of vehicle I've been wanting to build for a long time. I really like this one. Tried some different and newer techniques on this one as well. Again, I liked how it turned out. And again, there's room for improvement, but again, I'm going in the right direction. So those are two that I completed. As far as what I've got on the bench, I've still got the uh, Tamiya M10 tank destroyer, newish tooled. It's all painted and everything. I'm at the point now where I have to scratch build some parts. I was trying to find a um, the hedgerow device for the front, but it takes a particular one for the photo I'm trying to replicate, and I can't find one. I don't think anybody makes it, or if they do, I'm sure can't find it. So I'm gonna have to scratch build it. So no big deal. That'll be fun. So I've got that one um, in progress. I've also got the Asuka M4A1 mid-production. That one is in progress, and that one's actually getting a little closer to being done than the other because I'm not really doing any additions. I've got the base coat on and a coat of hairspray. So moving along on this one. Gonna be putting another coat of paint on it here pretty quick. Got the tracks kind of hooked up. So I've got those two in progress. Once I get these wrapped up, I'll get back on the Revell of Germany 132nd scale FW 190 F8 that I'm working on. It's kind of a special project, so I'm taking my time on that one. And that's what I've got going right now. So I got the two complete. I'm working on the other two now. Starting today, because since today is November 1st, I'm probably going to start this one a little bit later today. But I've got the Bronco Sturmgeschütz 3 buddy build with Peter of Peter's Plastic. I mentioned it in an earlier video, the intro for this actual kit, and I put a link to his website there. You might want to check it out. But I'm going to start on this one. We're doing a buddy build together. He's got this kit. He showed it on his channel a couple months ago, I think. And I told him, it was a neat kit, and I really wanted to build a Stug 3 because I never have. Built 4s, but never a 3. And he suggested doing a buddy build. And so I bought the kit, and we're ready to go. So today's the day we officially start, November 1st. So I'm probably going to start working on that a little bit later. I'm going to put a coat of paint on that M4A1 because I don't want that one to stall out. Put a coat of paint on that so it can be curing up because I'm going to be doing some hairspray or some hairspray chipping technique on that before I move on with the rest of the weathering on it. So got that one, and that's probably excuse me, pretty much what I'm going to be working on for November is the M4A1 and the M10, and the Stug 3. No time limit on the Stug 3 as far as I know, Peter. I think we're just going to run with that one for till we're done. Let me know if otherwise. But do that one. I want to get the M10 done. I've been dragging my feet on that one. There's just a lot of scratch building and stuff that I have to do on that kit that I've been kind of putting off, being lazy. M4A1 is pretty straightforward, so that won't be a big deal. So those are the kits I've got going right now. Now, also for this month, I think I want to. I've had some questions arise in my own mind about some different things, and I think I'm going to do some like demonstration type stuff, kind of trying to come to some conclusions for myself on a few things. One of them will be washes, um, pin washes, specifically on top of Tamiya XF series paint, and I'll get into that on another video. And then I've got another video I want to do. I'll kind of keep that one under wraps until I'm ready to throw down with that one. I'm going to start on it this month, but it's going to be a more complex project. And it's not going to be models per se, but it'll be kind of model related, kind of. You'll understand whenever I finally do it, if I get around to it. But that's pretty much it. The video problem I was having with I mentioned, if you look back a few videos ago, it was one of the videos of the M4A1. The video starts out, quality's okay, but you can tell it's kind of a little bit grainier. That was 720p that I shot on my actual Samsung video, camcorder. And then the other half of the video was like really clear, 1080p, 60 FPS. And the reason being is I was having problems. I did an update on my iPhone and was having nothing but trouble with it. Just a real pain. I couldn't get my phone to connect to my laptop, and I couldn't get, the videos from the laptop or from the phone to the laptop, so I couldn't, do anything with them. The whole iCloud thing, everybody's like, well, load it to iCloud. I mean, Apple told me that. It's like, well, I can't do that. I mean, I could barely get one clip, on the five gigs that were allowed on the iCloud without paying for a subscription, and I don't want to do that because I've got all kinds of storage everywhere else. So I'm just like, whatever. So I figured I'd use the camcorder till I got it hashed out. But I did get it hashed out, and it was just, I came up with the solution on my own. I just did a complete reset on my phone. It saved all my data and all that kind of stuff. I just did a complete reset, and it set all the settings back to factory, whatever. There was some kind of conflict going on. So now, no problem. I can get my videos onto the laptop, so I can continue doing the higher quality, high def video. Not that my content is all that spectacular, but at least the images will be good. So, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. So, yeah, that's what I've got going on there. My last monthly update, I think I mentioned the T34 76 OT or something like that I was working on for the Joe's T34 group build. Really wanted to participate in that, but that kid just fought, and I just threw on the brakes, stuffed it in the box. It's on the proverbial shelf of doom that everybody seems to have. I'm gonna finish the kit, but I got burned out on it because of fit issues and wonky instructions and everything else. So that one's just on hold. I am going to complete it, but for now it's just on the back burner, so to speak. Actually, it's not even on the stove. So yeah, there's that. So, not really any new tools or anything groovy like that. I did, since I'm wanting to get into, oh yeah, that reminds me, the other kind of, it's not really a how-to video, it's kind of a science project video that I'm going to do is on oil paints. And I'm specifically going to be comparing the art/craft/hobby store type oil paints. I'm going to be comparing them with um, the 502 Abteilung paints. I'm just going to do a comparison on the differences I found in them. And that's one thing that I have been stocking up on. I've got a pretty good range for doing um, oil weathering type things, oil rendering, stuff like that for weathering vehicles. And I got to say, I really like the paint, so I'm going to talk a little bit about those. And these will be short videos; they're not going to be big, long things or anything like that. It's just mainly just to show my observations and my thoughts on them. But I also, since I'm really, really wanting to, get better at figures, I haven't had luck with acrylics. Acrylics are just. I've used acrylics for some things, and they just seem more trouble than they're worth. It's like there's too many things a person needs to do to make them to work right. For me, there's people that do them all over the place. Excuse me. They get stellar results, and you can tell, and they can just, they can manipulate them and make them work. I can't. I must not have the patience because, I can't do all the quirky little tricks and all that kind of stuff to be, because sometimes if I'm working on it, I got to get up and go. Because of the nature of my job, and I got to leave stuff sitting so then it dries out, and then whatever I'm working on, it's just nope, done. So that's why I've switched to oils for doing. Well, I'm not using any acrylics really for any weathering. I do have some Vallejo acrylics and some effects like oil stains and fuel stains and stuff like that I'll use. But as far as filters and all, I'm switching completely to oils. All that said, I'm also wanting to use oils on figures. I really want to be able to get figures because I just think they add a little bit to a model kit. I'm not really into dioramas. I've tried and I can't get into it. But I really do want to do some figures that look decent for my kits. And no, I'm going to do that with some practice. But I did invest in this Abteilung 502 flesh color set. Main reason is I really like the consistency of the Abteilung paints. The consistency, viscosity, whatever you want to call it, it's like it seems like really really super smooth. Um, and each tube from tube like on the oil paints, and it's just nature of the beast. It's no big deal. And I have had success with the oil paints as far as weathering and stuff like that, and a little bit with the figures, just not to my satisfaction. But you can squirt a little bit of one color out, squirt a little bit of another color out, and they're not quite the same, and it doesn't really matter that much. But I like consistency, and on those Abteilung paints, it doesn't matter what color you put out, every one of them's got the same consistency to it, and I like that. So call me weird, and it's not the end of the world if I didn't have them, but I really want to try them and work on the figures and start getting figures hashed out, so I can add just a little bit to my kits. So Ian Candler, if you're watching this, yeah, I'm working on it, and I'm really going to try and get some figures going here. I really want to, especially I think the first one I want to have decent figures for is for the um, Bronco Stug. I want to include some figures in that, but I got to figure out what I want to do. So I got those. So not really a whole lot of new products or anything like that. I did invest also in some, and let me grab one here. The Mr. Surfacer. I got Mr. Surfacer 1000 and 500, and I used that. Hold on, to good effect with some texture. Now this camera's not that great because it's my laptop camera, but as you can see, there's some texture on there. I really, really like that 500 for doing texture. And the thing is, it's so flipping easy. It's unbelievable to get texture on this stuff. It works really well. It just adds a little bit to the kit. I did it on the on here as well. Of course, you can't see because of the my lighting in this camera right now, but I was able to get some nice texture on the turret of this vehicle as well. Just can't see it as much because of the whitewash, but yeah, I really liked it. It turned out really well. So Other than that, not really new tools or anything. A few new brushes maybe. Everything else pretty much just rolling along. So um, I think that's pretty much it. Just a quick update on what I was able to complete last month. A few items that I got. I got some kit specific things that I will go over when I get, to the particular kit, like the M4A1, the decal set I'm going to use and stuff like that. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Just modeling away, having fun, and watching everybody's videos and reading remarks on the Google Plus groups and Facebook and all that. There's some good stuff out there. The lame stuff, the fights, and the controversy, I just kind of pass over that. Don't need that kind of hassle on something I'm having fun with. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. A couple of kits completed, 3 or 4 or 5 on the bench, getting work done. So that's pretty much it. So keep tuned in to Plastic Models by a Regular Dude. Watch for some more updates on the M4 and one coming up pretty soon on the Bronco Stug, which I'm really looking forward to. So that's pretty much it, everybody. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below in the comments box, and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. And just a real quick heads up, I can't mention just each individual one. There's way too many of them. There's some really good videos going on these days. I'm enjoying all of them. Sometimes I can't watch all of them at once because there's some good stuff, but everybody's got some really good work going on, and it's just really nice to have other people to interact with via the different social media outlets, including YouTube. So keep up the good work, fellas and fellettes. And that's it for now. That's the October wrap up and the November preview update kind of thing. So till next time, on Plastic Models by a Regular Dude, I will see you all later.